Now that the IQ Mini Pluses are back in stock from the manufacturer, I'm going to make you guys a video of the ins and outs and the how-tos, at least the prep work for the IQ Mini Plus Dogtra collar. When you order the unit, you're going to get one collar with a black strap. This one's been cut to fit my spaniel, and you're going to get a remote, okay? And then if you order the additional receiver, you're going to get another receiver with a yellow collar. And this one's cut for my terrier. Yours will be really long, so you can cut it for your doggy. Okay, let's keep using this yellow one because I like it. It's bright color. The Mini Plus, the receiver without the collar, is 1.3 ounces. Can you believe that? 1.3 ounces? That's crazy. So it's really lightweight, pretty darn small, and you get ergonomic, comfortable, molded plastic probes. How cool is that? It is the lowest calibrated of all the collars from Dogtra, but still packs enough heat that I will use this model for the vast majority of my clients. One reason I might not is when I've got a dog with a particular coat that needs the probes and maybe needs the extra long ones. Then I might go for a different model. But this one will work with most of your pet dogs. Anyone that is on the middle of the spectrum with a pet temperament, this will work. Let's go over the remote. Okay, got your toggle switch here at the top. Channel 1 for dog number 1, I always pair it to the black strap. And channel 2 for dog number 2, I always pair it to the yellow strap. Okay. You've got your dial here on the side, very convenient to your thumb. The LED light that will light up when you press the button, any of them, is where you're oriented to 0. And you turn it up from there, 20, 40, 60, and so on. Going back to the buttons, got Nick. That's what the little N stands for. It is what it sounds like. Just a very quick stimulus. Got C for continuous. It will emit a stimulation for as long as you're holding it. You let go, it'll stop. It has a 10-second safety feature shut off. And you've got the P for pager, it vibrates the mechanism. I use that mostly just to make sure I did in fact turn the collar on. Aha. And have it paired to the right channel. I want to point out that with this particular unit, and particularly this remote for this unit, the IQ Mini Plus remote doesn't have an on and off button. Think of it as your television remote. It is always on, ready to go. All right? Okay. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. I hate lanyards. I know that hunters like to use them, and I understand why. I can't stand them. I can't stand it to be hanging around my neck. I don't like the noise it makes and tips the dogs off that something might be happening, might be some training going on. I don't want to give them any warnings. So I take mine off. Perfectly quiet. I can stick it in my pocket or hold it in my hand when I'm working, particularly in the field. I've always got it in my hand. Turning it on and off, much like all the other Dogtra collars in the obedience category, you're going to have your red dot on the back of your receiver, a red dot on the back of your remote. You're going to touch them together and hold it for a literal second. You're going to get that green flashing light Green means you're charged, and that tempo of flashing means you are ready to go. Okay? When your additional receiver arrives, you're going to need to pair it to your remote. You don't need to pair the receiver that comes with the remote, but if you get an additional for a second dog, or maybe because you lost the first one, you're going to need to pair it. So let's go through that now. If you need to pair your collar, you're going to put your switch at the top on the channel that you want it paired to. All right? So let's assume you didn't lose your first one, you got this one for the second dog. And you would probably want to pair it to channel 2. Okay? You're going to hold them together. I just turned it off. It'll turn off first if it was already on. All right. Turned off. Turn it back on. Hold it there until it begins flashing. Okay. So that's the tempo for a collar that's ready to be paired. You only have a few seconds, so it's going to start flashing its normal tempo again. So bear with me. Let's go again while I really do it. Turning it off. All right. Turn it back on for pairing. Hold it together. It'll go a solid green. And then it will begin flashing. Here we go. Holding, holding. There it went. Did you see it? Gave you a solid green light, and now we're flashing the normal tempo, letting you know it's charged and turned on and ready to go. How do we test it? I'm going to vibrate it. Hold it. Well, that's the way I do it. Hold it here. I'm going to press the vibration button or the pager button down here on the bottom. Let's see if it vibrates. Can you hear it? So quiet. Well, I can feel it, so you're just going to have to trust me. We did. Okay. So when my clients get their collars, what I ask them to do, I usually, if we're lucky, if we have patience and time, we go through the desensitization process where the dogs have been wearing their collars for as many days as the client can possibly stand it. It would be great if they would wear them for 14 days without them being used while we're training and building up with some positive reinforcement work. Okay, when it's time to use the collars, and even before then, I tell my clients to get in a good routine and make this part of their morning routine and their night-night routine. 2, put their charger and their collars someplace, maybe with their other devices, okay? And then, in the morning, after your dog goes potty, you're going to put the collar on your dog, okay? And at the end of the day, you're going to take it off and plug it in, where you keep everything all together every night, and repeat for success. Now, your collar / receiver is going to hold a charge for a few days when you're using the collar, when you're training, meaning you're pushing the button, you're making the collar work. It's going to hold a charge for a few days. But you don't want to get caught without charge in your collar. So I encourage everyone, get in a good habit, go ahead and get it on the charger every night so you never find yourself in a situation where your collar is dead. Okay, that's one. Another little thing I want to tell you about is that when you take your remote and your collar off the charger in the morning, you might think that it's turned on, because when it's plugged in, you'll see a green light. However, when you go to unplug it, it's off. So after you unplug it, be sure to stop, take a moment, turn it on. All right. Now, if you're done with the desensitization period and now you're working, now you can put it on the dog. When you go to charge it at night, there's no need to turn it off. Just plug it in, okay? So let's go once again through our good habits. We charged it overnight. We're going to take it off the charger. Then we're going to turn it on if desensitization time is over and we intend to use it. Having a hard time turning it off for this. Okay, we're going to turn it on. Going to get our, make sure we got a green flashing light. Don't just assume it. Wait for it. And one little thing I do just to affirm that I've done everything right is I see that it's on the channel for the caller I turned on, number one, and I press my vibration button. Got it vibrating. We're good. It's paired to the right channel. It's turned on. Okay? Nothing can stop us now.